There it is. They can see us.
Oh, no.
They can hear us.
We apologize greatly.
We are so sorry. I didn't intend for any of this to happen to you, but here we are.
I had
see.
full intent.
He had full
Don't
intent.
apologize.
I regret nothing.
All
right.
Than the dice rolls I'm about to make tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, welcome to the show. I'm Chuck. This is the Defenders of Cobalt. We're playing some more Tiny Dungeons, and what I'm predicting is going to be the final episode of this little mini campaign. Little mini
You heard him,
adventure.
boys. Side quest.
Side quest.
It's time to side quest now before we finish.
Yeah.
Stretch it out as long as we can.
There we go. So when we left off last episode, what were we doing, you guys?
We took a nap outside.
You took a nap outside. That's where we really left off. No, you found a room in the basement with the giant robot mostly assembled, and the professor was real excited to go check it out, but you guys are kind of in rough shape, so you voted to go and rest the night in your camp and then head back in the next day.
We also fought a goblin Voltron.
A goblin Voltron,
Yes.
that is true.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
It was pretty great, as well as just some other miscellaneous goblins. Experienced some traps, and Bear Thulu turned into Mecha Bear Thulu.
Oh yeah, you guys got robot parts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some of you got robot parts.
Yeah.
And we locked one of the giant robot's arms in a room
Yeah.
Mhm.
by melting the door.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that was sweet.
So,
No big deal.
no big deal.
Just everyday business.
100%.
It happens.
Yeah.
Just your everyday medieval door weld to lock away a robot arm.
Yeah.
With laser eyes.
All right. Shut up, you fucks. Let's go ahead and get into some introductions, then we'll get back into this game. We're going to go along the template on the top. David, Jared, Chris, take it away in any order that you want.
I'm David. I don't have anything other than this live stream, so onwards.
All right.
I'm Jared, and I am a goblin, and I don't have anything other than this live stream as well.
Thanks
So-
for aping my bit.
No,
Let's
sorry.
let's keep that going and kick it down to Dan.
Oh no. It's me, Daniel, Dan, whichever. I'm playing now Mecha Bear Thulu. And I play in a handful of other campaigns on the channel, as well as a couple on other channels like Heart and Lollygangers. Good
Yeah.
people, good stuff.
There you go. And Zweihander on Zweihander. Of
Yeah,
course,
Zweihander
that's
on
us,
Zweihander.
but Zweihander on Zweihander.
Yeah. Lovely people.
Yeah, there you go. Bert.
Hey, I'm Bert. I do this. I do other things. I do a little podcast called Of Steam, Steel, and Murder, which we haven't posted an episode in a little bit over a month because I'm a lazy bastard.
Details.
There you go. Jeremy.
I'm from Grim Imperialist. Watch these guys play Zweihander. They're the best. I'm going to be playing a mean old dwarf. I also join these guys for any other game that they'll tolerate me in because they're amazing.
There you go. Okay.
Good idea.
And I'm Chris.
Didn't you say that already?
No.
Oh, did I just skip you? I'm sorry. My bad.
I play a goblin named Grid. I used to make YouTube videos, but those are all really old. Don't go watch them. Just watch this.
If you want to not go watch Chris's YouTube videos, don't go look for Goran Starborn.
Correct. Yes.
We're in.
All right. So you all camped out for the night. Next morning, you're refreshed, fully healed. What level are we now? Level 3?
I think so, yeah.
I had you level up last time, if I remember correctly.
I rolled
Yep.
miserably on my HP.
Yeah.
You got like an extra proficiency or something like that.
Yeah, an
Some
extra-
points
No.
we use.
That's not a roll for HP, was it?
No, you get 1 extra HP,
HP.
and then you get an extra proficiency or an extra weapon mastery.
Yeah. And I took a proficiency for my chest gun.
There you go. Might as well.
No bear should not go without.
No, every bear needs a titty pistol, and you've got
That's
one.
right.
I mean, what?
What?
How
Okay.
do you think he's gonna get those picnic baskets?
Yeah. So, where are you guys going? You heading back down to the second floor and checking out that big robot room?
I assume
Anything
the
else you wanna
professor's
do?
Still with us?
Absolutely. He hired you to escort him through this. Like, he begrudgingly let you all rest for the night. He is ready to head back down so he can investigate a potential giant murder robot that has
There's a
been.
part of me who anticipated him sneaking off. So
He did not. He waited patiently. As patiently as he could. Definitely in morning, like he rushed breakfast.
probably ate those eggs. Not cooked well enough.
Probably. You know, they never cook them right at IHOP anyway, so.
Yeah. Probably just got regular eggs.
How you mess up
Regular
an
eggs
egg
from
that
my
comes
mom.
out of a box? Come on.
There are ways. I don't know what they are, but there are ways.
Powdered egg.
All right.
Yeah, let's go meet our demise at the hands of this recently revived robot.
It's recently
wait,
revived.
I'm not dying without a little bit of a nip.
Or
There you
soon
go.
to be revived
There you go.
robot.
Let's
Okay,
see.
now I'm ready.
Yeah, I think I got the hang of these laser eyes and test them out.
I feel a lot better not having what was that, 1 or 2 HP?
Yeah, you were kind of down there.
You had 1 at the time, yes.
Yeah, time to go get another robot part.
And we flubbed, I think, 6 healing rolls on
Oh
you.
my goodness. It's so
Yeah.
late.
Yeah, you did. So you guys want to go and check out the mostly reassembled by a group of mechanical goblins, a giant robot that you have learned is named Murder and Kill All Fleshy Meatbags 3000.
I'm just going to keep calling it the ancient elven asshole.
That's fair. That's fair and maybe not inaccurate. I think you're muted there, Bert. You are
Sorry, I
muted.
said, hey, that means our tree buddy here is perfectly fine. We just send him in. He's
Oh.
not a fleshy
I'm not,
meatbag.
yeah, I'm not
Oh,
needy at
yeah. You guys found the loophole. There you fucking go.
I don't trust
Just walk
that
in there
smile,
and be like,
Chuck.
hey, buddy, you want to shut down for me?
Hey, just
I mean, he is a really friendly tree. That might work.
I mean, since you asked nicely.
yeah.
Yeah, power on down.
Worth the shot.
There you go.
So we did manage to get the door open, correct? To
Oh, the door to where the giant robot was. Yeah, you guys went and you did the little puzzles, which turned on the lights, and that door just slid right open when you saw it. Because each of the 3 puzzles you did when you came, well, you pulled the lever, and when you passed back by that door, there was an additional green light on it. And then once you got the 3rd one, yeah, the door slid open and you could see in and you could see the giant, murder robot lying on the ground. I don't remember, how tall did I say that fucker was? Like
Too tall.
30, 40 feet?
5 inches.
Too tall.
5 inches tall. It's a very tiny murder robot.
yeah.
I mean, 5
one
inches is plenty. It's
gigantic
nothing
arm.
to be ashamed of.
My God.
It's beautiful.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna go poke at it, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Only dimension I remember was you said that his arm was about the size of a human, the one that we found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to
I
put
did
his
believe
height
you in a little bit
at,
there.
I'm going to put his height at maybe like 20 feet. That
Oh.
sounds about right.
Yay.
All right. Pretty big.
If an arm is 6 feet, proportionally, that's, a little less than half of the body length.
Okay. Well, this is
Gentlemen,
fine.
I'll assume that we're just like in the doorway now. Like
Yeah.
we just traveled on down.
Yeah, you
Okay.
guys make it through uneventfully, and you find yourselves back at that doorway
Okay.
after heading down the spiral stairs. There's the weird electric lamp torches on the walls.
That Jared is armed with one of them.
Jared is armed with one of them.
Damn right.
Lamp and a barrel.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'll go in, see if we can abuse that loophole.
Okay.
Just go in and poke at it a little bit.
That's absolutely fair. So, yeah, you head in. You see this giant, like, total, like Metropolis-style giant robot, and you see it lying there, clearly missing one of its arms. It looks like the goblins have built up some kind of, like, crude scaffolding to kind of support the pieces so they could reassemble it. But upon entering the room, like, the professor's waiting in the doorway, like, what do you see? And you would, there's no sign of movement. There's no sign of activity in this giant robot.
Okay. It seems safe in here, guys.
Okay.
Want to go ahead and come in?
Coming
I'll
for the
walk in.
non-fleshy meat bag. Sure, it's safe.
Yeah, everybody's gonna activate it.
Wait, I know what to do. We toss a gobble.
Can
Oh.
you see if there's brain parts in its brain place?
And I see the top of its head.
Well, it's lying down on its
Oh, it's lying
back.
down. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's got this scaffolding kind of supporting it, like, a fancy, Tempur-Pedic fucking bed or some shit. I don't know.
Okay.
And you go
All
and you check the top of its, cranium area, and you see that there's actually, the top of its head, like a lid, is kind of swung backwards, like a lid. And there's very clearly a spot, a recess, where there's a component missing. And that component is not there. It looks, I don't know, maybe like a 3-inch by 3-inch spot where like a processor or something like that would set in, just like a flat chip with pins.
Jam it full of shit.
Yeah, take a huge dump on it.
Yeah.
Wait, all of you
Got some
can turn around and not watch me for a couple of minutes. I'll try and squeeze one out.
More like you got some leaves or something. that
If
you
you'll excuse
put in
me,
it, perhaps.
I'll just,
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll let everybody know that it seems like there's 2 parts missing. The brain and the arm.
Right.
So
If
it
you
should
can-
be
If
okay.
you can block
Can we do that?
brain
Can we just
spot up.
grab like some dirt in our hands and shove it in there?
I mean, you can certainly try. I don't know about the
are
effectiveness.
you doing that while David is defecating in it?
Oh, I'll-
Sorry, guys, I need to drink more water.
Yeah, his dwarf is really struggling on that.
Well, never mind. I think you have it handled.
All right.
that way he can have shit for brains.
Oh,
Sometimes there are consequences to not drinking water and only booze.
Yeah.
all right.
So we need to keep everyone else around away from the brain case until it's shit for brains.
Give me
Okay.
just a standard test there, Jeremy.
Would you consider it a save? I am resolute.
Sure, go ahead and take it up.
There we go.
I can't believe I'm rolling to take dump.
Hey, you
look at that.
do. You
Critical dumpage.
He's got the trait incontinent.
It just slides out.
it's just the right consistency and shape. It's almost like a wombat made it. And it just fits perfectly. And you just give it a
That's more than
good
craftsmanship for you there.
yeah, you give it a little boot
Craftsmanship.
Oh, God.
to force it in there.
All right, everybody. Big Bad's defeated.
Only-
Let's go home.
Only on Defenders of Kobold.
I pray my family never watches any of these.
Same.
So
Is this the second time you've rifled through shit, actually? I'm pretty sure you did it in Death Trails, too.
I don't think he
No.
did on Dark Trails.
Okay.
Because I was argued against. I
No,
plead the
that was
fifth.
the priest. Okay.
I
All
do
right,
got to say,
all right.
when you ran goblins for us, things did take a southerly turn, but that's mostly Jeff's fault.
A southerly turn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
All right,
so you have now clogged up the brain chip area. And once you give the signal that it's been disabled, the professor gleefully runs in to start inspecting it. Not necessarily the shit, but the robot. He even like, you there, Iron Pine, give me a lift up so I can climb on top of it and inspect it closer.
I don't like this, but okay, I'll go ahead and I'll pick him up and set him on the robot.
Great. What are the rest of you doing while the professor is just lost in study?
Looking around for shiny things.
I kind of want to pick a corner of the room where I can see the door and the professor.
I also want to take up position, but if the door's covered, there might be other ways in and out of here. So I'm just kind of scanning through the back walls, just kind of
100%. Okay.
looking back and forward.
Yeah, and I'm just being ready. I'm like, what is going on? And so
I still assume this thing's going to find some way to attack us.
I'm gonna go and take some of my drinking water and wash up a bit. Got a little bit of
You
mud
did
here.
it. You did your job.
I'm gonna wash my fucking hands.
Yeah, there you go. So if you all would want to direct your eyes at the crude map I've drawn, I'll try it. Oh my gosh, the drawing is not with me tonight.
Don't worry, mine still doesn't look.
oh, what is that?
There is another
Shit.
door.
There's actually 2 other doors in this room, Bert, when you start looking around. There's the door that you entered through here. Along that wall, kind of south, there's another door along the same wall. And then also there's a door on the north, which kind of, past the head. And that's what you see for the other doorways in this room.
We try to barricade those in some fashion.
So are they doors or just passages?
So the one to the north is a passage. The one kind of on the wall south of where you came in, when you kind of go over there and check it out, it's a door, but there's like something flat right up against it. Like it's a passage with, I guess the easiest way for me to describe it is you're thinking like, oh, maybe this was a secret door and there was like a bookshelf or some shit on the other side of this passage.
Now we could perhaps slide to the side.
Possibly.
Well, I will say, if we're looking for a brain, the door at the head of the robot seems appropriate.
Did I find anything shiny?
No, there's a few bits of scrap metal here and there, but nothing really, exciting.
Okay.
All right, so what used to be the secret passage.
Yeah.
I want to upend one of my flasks of oil, like all around the outside of that door, and
Okay.
get it nice and saturated.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so you do exactly that. You bait this door that way it can be easily, this passage, so it can be easily lit on fire in case someone tries to come up behind you.
Start tying little pieces of rope over the head of a few arrows. They can be quickly lit.
There you go. All right, so you're prepping for fire with fire. So did someone say they were going to go check out this door?
Yeah, I was going to go take a look at it.
You see that it's a long passage, a long hall that abruptly kind of turns to the right at the end, and it ends at what looks like a brick wall, a stone wall, but there's a lever on the inside.
So that turns to the right,
Turns to the right, yeah.
and it ends abruptly.
I think I'll pull that lever.
You pull that lever, and the stone slides open, revealing a secret passage into the first circular room of this level.
Okay, so the one that with the spiral staircase.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull that lever again.
And close it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to turn back and mention that to everybody.
That's convenient.
You turn back and you give this warning to everyone. Chris, were you going to say something?
No.
Okay. It's at about this time that you hear the professor call out from on top of the robot. He's actually standing on this thing's face.
Good news, everyone.
I found poop.
Who are you? How did I get here?
Oh boy.
What?
Get the
What do you-
professor down.
And you kind of see that as you're giving him this weird look, he kind of puts his hand to the back of his head. It comes back and it's wet with some blood.
Oh, definitely get him down from there.
Yeah,
It's probably too late.
Probably, but I'm gonna try and run up and pull him down or something.
You pull him down. He's like, "How did I get here? I was at work."
Well,
Wow. He
you
got like
hired us.
brain slugged, didn't he?
You were supposed to pay us in advance, but you forgot the advance. So, if you could make sure to put that up right now, that'd be great.
Put
We
what
need to
up?
look
I
at-
don't have any money. I'm a janitor.
We need to look at the shit-filled brain cavity quickly.
Well, I'm
You
gonna take a peek at the back of his head just real quick.
okay? We'll say that Dan.
Shit-filled brain cavity.
Your RoboBear
Dan,
is
2020.
running. Yeah, your RoboBear is running towards the brain cavity simultaneously while David is checking out the back of the professor's head. David, you would see looking at the back of his head where he kind of had kind of longer, kind of stereotypical wizard shaggy hair and whatnot. There's just a perfect square, like a 3-inch square, kind of missing from the back of his head, and you can almost see kind of like bits of the skull showing through, and it's just bleeding. As Berthulu, you go up there and you see a small 3-inch black chip with like little metal tentacles furiously trying to clear out the poo.
Yes.
Should I
right.
shoot it?
I think we should move into initiative.
Oh, boy.
Man. How many turns before he cleans the poo?
We bought
3.
ourselves just a little bit of time.
Yeah.
I can't believe that actually helped.
It did actually help you, yes.
I'm sorry, fellas. Did the guy that was supposed to be paying us for coming down here just say he doesn't have any money?
I rolled a nat 1 for initiative.
Why are you?
Awesome.
Yeah, okay. Initiative is not a D20 in this.
Oh, it isn't?
There should be an initiative button.
There
on
should
your
be an
sheet.
initiative button on your character
Oh.
sheet. It's what is it? It's 2d6.
Oh man, I'm gonna go last.
Okay, character sheet.
I think it's
Uh,
2d6.
Initiative. Standard, submit.
There you go.
Nice.
Well, I'm going second to last instead.
All right. Let's see. So, man, Jeremy got that 10.
I had a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
Well, he dumped in the brain case.
Sometimes you just do what you got to do.
That's right.
It was a very smart move.
Bert and Dave, do you have a preference on which one of you goes first?
We did
Go ahead,
the
Dave.
exact same. I don't care either
Yeah.
way.
Okay.
That's crazy.
That is odd.
Yeah. Because with like 1/10,
Yeah.
there should be a 1 in 200 chance that you tie. Like,
See, no one's special.
Yep.
yeah.
That's correct.
Okay. Jeremy, it is your turn.
How far away am I from the weird little tentacle motherboard-ish thing?
I'll say you're one movement away from it.
All right. Part of me wants to chop it, but part of me wants to just grab it and yank it away. Either way, so I'll use my first movement to get up on it.
Okay.
I'm overthinking it. I chop it.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Hey, I put there
you
for
go.
a good reason. You get your filthy hands out of there.
Get your filthy hands off of my poop.
All right. How much damage is that? Just a point?
Just a point.
Cool. You take a swipe at it, and you can tell you definitely marred the surface. But as you move your axe away, you can see like little bits of like metal string kind of sealing up where you attacked it. Immediately you get the feeling it's got some kind of regenerative ability.
You ancient elven asshole.
Yeah. Dave.
All right. First off, I'm gonna go ahead and toss the janitor now.
Yeah.
Not the professor anymore. I'm gonna toss him towards the hallway with the lever. Because I've still got him.
Right.
And I guess I'll run up towards the
head.
the brain case. Yeah.
Okay.
The head.
All right. That would be your 2 actions.
That's fine.
So Bert.
All right, I am expecting us to get some guests soon, so I'm gonna take my flint and tinder, make me a small little fire near me, have my arrows lined up, ready to.
There you go. Okay, so you spend your turn getting ready for a fiery onslaught on future turns.
Everything is good with fire.
Everything is better with fire. Absolutely. So, Brain, I'm going to say it's got 3 turns until it gets connected in. So it's going to spend this turn and the next 2 clearing shit. Then on its 4th turn, it will connect in, reviving the giant murder robot. So,
As you do.
As you do.
Yeah.
Turn 1 for this CPU is down. It then passes down to Chris.
Okay, I'm gonna say let's hope this thing doesn't have the same resistances as the armor plating, and I'm gonna laser eye it.
Do you move up to where the head was, or were you already over by the head? The reason why I'm asking is because it is, on the head's lying down, so you will have some spots where you'll need to position yourself to get an angle on it. So I'm just curious where your starting position in the room was.
Okay.
And mainly if you're going to need to move to get line of sight on this CPU.
Probably, because I was searching the room for shinies before this happened.
So give me 1 movement, and then your second action you can use as an attack.
Okie dokie. And I took a proficiency in ranged at the end of last session, so it should just be a standard test.
There you go. And that is a hit. Just 1 point of damage.
Sweet.
That does it. And you can see that your laser attack definitely bites into it, but you see that it doesn't recover quite as much as it did from the axe bash. So maybe the energy-based attack did a little bit, lasting damage to it.
Ooh, nice. Make it hot, fellas.
Dan.
Perhaps. Would I be close enough at this point, or do I still need to move?
No, you were there. You said you were going to run over and check it out.
Okay.
So yeah, you're right there.
I'm gonna use my metal bear claw
There you go.
to attack it. So, thank goodness
That is a
I get
hit.
to have that advantage. Do I get anything for having? I don't remember if the metal.
I don't remember. That was last session. Did you write it down?
Yeah. All you told me is it replaced it with a giant blade.
I'm going to say no. It just looks really cool.
Then it probably just does 1 damage.
You vacuuming over there, Bert?
Oh, yeah, that's why I've been trying to mute. My wife is. Here, let me.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's your point of damage. If this was a 4th edition game of Dungeons and Dragons, this CPU would be bloodied.
Well, lucky for it, I'm gonna attack again.
Sounds like a plan.
Sexy.
There you
yeah.
go.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Cool. And that's your turn, right?
Yes, indeed.
Jared, what is your goblin going to do?
I'm going to shoot him. I have a pistol.
I'll say you need to use a movement to get line of sight, and then you can
Okay.
pop your shot off.
All right. So you. Oh, did it that not do anything?
What did you do?
I'm trying for my character sheet, and it's not doing anything. Okay.
Is there a dialogue behind it? Maybe. Sometimes
No.
almost every one of these gets you a thing.
Let's exit out of that.
If you want, I can roll it for you real quick if you know if it's standard
yeah,
or...
go for it. It's just standard.
Okay. No. You
Ouch.
fire your shot and it misses.
Well, I'm a goblin, so I'm like...
yeah. Speaking of goblins, there is a... Your attention is caught from the sound of a sliding door as you look over and see where Bert set up that oil. There's now 3 of those little weird mechanical goblins standing there in that doorway. Each of them has a small, looks like laser pistol in hand. And for this turn, they use their first part of their turn opening the door, and then they're going to use the second part of their turn just to blasting. So they start blasting. Let's see. I'm going to roll this out. There's 6 of you.
So anyway, they started blasting.
First shot is Dan. Second shot is Jeremy. Third shot is Jared. Fourth shot is Chris. So, Dan.
They distributed them out.
Yeah, they did.
They're sharing.
Dan, they do a point of damage on you.
Okay.
Jeremy, they do a point of damage on you as they hit you with this little laser pistol.
Filthy fucking
Jared, they get you too for another point of
Man,
damage.
these guys are accurate.
Oh, okay.
Chris, they miss you entirely.
Stormtroopers, they
Fantastic.
Where are they?
They're
So
Accurate.
sharpshooters.
So they take their shots and they kind of, trying to half-ass duck behind the doorway, but they don't really have a good action to manage. Bert, you got something going?
Oh, no, sorry. I miskeyed that.
Okay, that's fine.
Don't mind me. Don't mind me.
Okay. All right.
Or just really
So
wanted to light them up.
that's fair. Jeremy, the turn's back on you. You've got this chip trying to crawl back into the brain, fighting through the shit you put there. And now there's 3 goblins standing in the doorway in the back of the room taking pot shots.
Well, I'll give a good and proper stink eye to the asshole that just shot me. But in the meanwhile, I know that the real way to handle things is to work harder, not smarter. So I'm just going to keep chopping.
Absolutely. All right, go ahead and roll those attacks. Oh, that is a miss.
No. I slipped on my own shit.
Hey, but
There
he
you
came
go.
back the second time.
So your axe bites into this thing. And you feel like you got a good connection, but definitely you do see the regeneration kind of starting to set back in after your axe leaves it. Dave.
I'm going to try and see if I can just rip the thing out.
Sure, go ahead. We're going to call this a strength-based test. So it'll be standard unless you have something that gives you advantage on strength-based tests.
No, I do not. Oh, and I rolled advantage because I'm not thinking. Hold on.
That's fine. Okay, you still
Still
do.
one success.
You reach in and you just grab this chip and you know, pull it away. So now it is in your hand.
All right. I'm going to throw it against the furthest wall from where it's trying to get to.
So you chuck it up over the body towards the back end of the room. Give me another one of those tests.
All right.
Yeah, no problem. You hear it crack against the back wall. You're not sure if you've finished the job or not, but you definitely know you did some solid damage on it.
Okay. Well, the immediate threat is gone.
There you go. That
That'll be the end of my turn.
that does it. So Bert,
Light them up.
there you go.
All right. So I'm going to take my marksman action.
Okay.
Take really good aim and just blast the arrow into the pool of oil. There we go. 2
Nice.
successes. Or yeah.
Yep, there you go. How many? I
Nicely
said there was
done.
4 goblins or 3.
3.
Well,
Unless you want
there's
there to be
4 because I attacked with 4, so now there has to be 4.
Yep. I was about to say.
Yeah.
So
More to feed the fire.
there we go.
One of them missed me though, so he doesn't count. So-
Okay. This fire, your arrow hits the oil, it just goes up in this giant, whoosh of flames. 2 of the goblins dive out of the way, avoiding taking any damage from it. But the other 2, it just, engulfs them. They're burning, they're screaming. You can hear their weird little mechanized goblin voices shrieking in pain as they drop to the floor, toasty goblin bits.
Nice.
I
Well
love
done.
the smell of burning flesh in the morning.
Yeah.
Toasty goblin bits.
So that was your marksman. Did that use both your actions?
Yeah, because I have
Okay.
to focus to be able to
Cool.
use it.
Very cool. Okay. So the CPU is going to use both of its actions skittering, and you can hear it skittering like a large centipede or something like that. Just scratching across the floor. And it makes it to, naval point on this giant robot.
Is it on top of the robot?
No,
Or
it's
is it
going underneath of it.
underneath. Okay.
Yeah, so it crawls on the floor and it makes it about halfway to its destination. So its next turn, it would make it to its destination. You're predicting on its rate of movement. Chris, this CPU is underneath of it, and there's 2 goblins in the doorway still.
Can I see the CPU under it?
You would have to drop down to be able to get line of sight on it.
Okay, I'm gonna drop down into an amazing, like Jean-Claude Van Damme push-up stance,
Absolutely.
So,
and then laser eyes it.
Absolutely. Please go ahead and make that roll for me.
Oh,
You take your shot.
Too much fancy.
Please give me a save.
oh no.
I'm gonna accidentally collapse the scaffold and crush it.
That's exactly why I have you rolling right now. If you fail your save, you
Oh, here we go.
blast a
Standard
couple
test.
of... Yep, standard test. Yeah, you miss it, and you accidentally destroy some of the scaffolding, and the giant robot body starts to sag a little bit. And with
And I go, oh,
bad thing.
that might be better.
and with that, the turn passes to Dan.
Boy. Would it be better to crush an undestroyable object with an undestroyable object?
What are you thinking?
I
Because then
think
it's trapped forever.
I don't know if it'd be trapped forever or not. Because underneath it's not indestructible.
Right, it could burrow out.
I mean, that's a big robot. It's got to do some damage to the chip.
but whenever he messed with scaffolding, then it had an issue. So
So Dan, what's your decision here?
Yeah, let's just go ahead and dump it on it. Because that sounds silly.
So what are you doing?
I'll climb down. And with my big meaty claw, just...
Okay, cool. Give me an attack.
There we are.
Absolutely. The way I'm going to do this is every success lowers another, does an additional thing, destruction to the scaffolding. I'm counting it scaffolding for every potential limb. So initially it had 5 points. Chris destroyed 1. You destroyed 2 more, which means it has 2 points left until the scaffolding completely falls, crushing anything underneath of it.
All right.
So that would be your turn. Next up is Jared.
Let's see. I'm just guessing I'm going to kick the scaffolding. Yeah.
Sure, give me an attack.
Okay. Which is a D20.
No.
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 2d6. You can either, it's on your character sheet, should just be
Yeah.
attack,
Gotcha.
standard.
Well,
You rolled 2d4s.
Yeah, you did.
Here, I'll
I did.
just push the button for you.
okay.
No successes.
Okay.
So you kick the scaffolding, but it just stubs your toe.
Ah, dang it.
So you kick it and you jump around in frustration for just a moment. Yeah, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. The goblins, the 2 remaining goblins, work up the courage and dive through the flames, seeing the CPU, the brain skittering across the floor. One of them dives underneath the giant robot, trying to assist the CPU. And the other one uses both of its actions to climb on top of the giant robot.
Oh, no. Teamwork.
Jeremy.
Well, I had a hard enough time squeezing out the last one. I don't think I'll be able to do it again. But you did say there was a latch or some sort of lid on this head, right?
Yeah, there was. The lid was open, so you could just close it.
I'll close that. That'll be one little bit more of obstruction.
Okay.
How close is that gobbo who's trying to climb up?
You're by the head of the thing. It's by the feet. What are you thinking?
Is there anything that lets you ready in action for if something gets close?
Sure. I'll let you ready in action. Just give me what do you want to do with your action, and then tell me what you want the trigger to be.
Basically, I want to be playing King of the Mountain, just standing on top of the lid, my foot on top of it, axe held up, and the first thing that climbs up onto the head with me
gets an axe.
The
Cool.
wing.
So that's you're standing there, foot holding the lid shut, axe at the ready. If anything hostile comes within swinging range, you get to take a free swing at it. So remember that, because I might forget, but that's what you're doing. Dave.
Yes. I'm going to go for the remaining scaffolding.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Go ahead. There you go. So you take a kick, you knock out 1 bit of scaffolding. You had 2 successes there, and you knock out another chunk of scaffolding. So the scaffolding finally collapses. The giant robot crushes to the floor, crashes to the floor. You can feel the cobblestone and brick underneath of you start to kind of displace as it cracks into the floor and kind of lifts up other parts of the room. You immediately hear the dying scream of the goblin that was underneath.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But you're unsure of the status of the brain.
Well, we can always wait for a moment after we kill the other goblin.
question: after the robot fell, is the goblin on top still standing on top?
Oh, that is a great question. Let me roll a save for that goblin. Yes, it kept its footing. It is still standing there just fine. So that was Dave. You did your kick. Anything else you're doing?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Bert.
Sure, there's still one goblin around, right?
Yep, up top.
All right, 2 flaming arrows into his lower area. Maybe I can catch some of the oil that's still on him.
Oh, that is a great idea. If you succeed, I'll have it make a save to see if it did have some of that oil on it.
That's the first shot.
Oh, that
Second
is a
one hit.
success.
Yeah.
It does not pass its save. So not only do you do a point of damage, it still had some of that oil on it, and it just goes up in flames as it collapses onto the robot, a burning, charred mess.
I love the way you work, Titus.
Titus is just staring at the fires, flickering in his eyes with a big smile on his face. Burn it all down.
It is now the brain's turn. You hear a scraping noise coming from underneath the giant robot. But nothing else seems to happen. Let's go ahead. After the brain, it's Chris, Dan, and Jared. Is there anything very specific you want to do? If not, we can go ahead and step out of initiative and handle the rest of this through regular RP.
Other than just trying to destroy robot parts.
Okay.
No.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
That's what I was thinking.
here's what I'm going to say. You can hear it scraping and scratching, slowly working its way. It's like it's digging through the concrete underneath of the giant robot. You hear it slowly inching towards the head. For Bowdy, you still have your foot, you still have your axe ready. What are the rest of you doing while you're kind of tracking this noise, moving underneath this robot towards the head?
I'm gonna get in position where I can see underneath the head.
1 second. Thanks for that sub, Ultimate Blitz.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Hey, thanks.
So yeah,
Awesome.
go
Thank
ahead.
you.
Chris, what were you saying?
I'm gonna get in position where I can see underneath the head and get ready with my laser eyes.
Okay.
And I'm going to get ready with my hammer. Do I
Okay.
have a hammer?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it.
What are the rest of you doing? So we got 3 of you. What are the other 3 doing?
I was gonna see if I could start popping parts of it off.
Of the robot?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to spend some time and make some checks to try and figure out how to disassemble.
Just wait to ambush this thing like everyone else.
Okay, so you're waiting to ambush?
Yeah.
I was actually going to do the same thing that Dan was, but yeah, I'm going to go up to the head with the big old log at the ready.
Okay. Bert?
Yeah, I'm gonna have an arrow drawn and ready. Arrows on fire, waiting for that little target
Okay.
to show up somewhere.
So you're all waiting. Most of you are waiting with ranged. There's a couple of you waiting with melee. Who was waiting with melee? I know Jeremy. Okay.
Me.
So this thing immediately crawls out from under this giant robot. You can see it's cracked. Everyone, please make that attack you were saving.
All right.
Oh,
Hit.
Oh, I hit the hell out of that thing.
You sure did. As this thing crawls out, and you can just see it, it just clears out from underneath the robot, and it's just hammer, axe, claws, whatever tree man's swinging with.
Call of Duty.
lasers.
Call of Duty hit sounds.
Yeah, there's an
Hit
arrow,
marker.
there's
Yep.
laser eyes, just everything, just all at once.
Oh.
The Owen Wilson critical hits.
Yeah.
Wow.
And when the dust settles, you can see the broken and fractured brain of this CPU lying there on the ground. Maybe a few pieces are still twitching a little bit. A little metal tendrils trying to reach another piece. What are you gonna do?
Well, it knows not to mess with us again.
I'll pick the pieces apart.
Okay.
Knows if it can put
Continue
itself back
pummeling,
together
yeah.
again.
So I am saying, apparently this thing may or may not have come back several times. We chop it up into as many pieces as we can. We
Yeah.
bury those pieces as far away from each other as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even sink a couple to the bottom of the ocean.
It's not a
That's
horrible
right.
idea. Okay.
Maybe we could find a forge and stick them in a furnace.
Yes. Fuck you, Elf.
I'm gonna go check on the janitor.
He's just kind of sitting there with his back to the hidden door with the lever over his head. He definitely didn't put that correlation together. He's made like a crew bandage out of one of his sleeves, kind of to stop the bleeding on the back of his head.
Yeah.
So he's alive.
He's alive.
We should definitely break that CPU up into as many parts as we
Yeah.
can, and no one person carries them all.
Okay, listen, I'm going to say you
Yeah.
absolutely 100% do that. The janitor would tell the story that he used to work at a museum that had that piece on display, and one night he was cleaning and he just blacked out. And by talking to him, it sounds like that blackout was 3 or 4 years ago.
Nice.
And that's it. That's the end of the little adventure. You guys make it back to camp, and in the professor's tent, you find the small.
No, hold on. Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah, go ahead.
This means that CPU thing was responsible for this janitor's meteoric rise to becoming a professor, which he still is technically.
Yeah, he still has his tenure. Yeah. But yeah, in the professor's tent, you would find the chest of gold that he promised you as payment
good.
upon completion. So,
It was real money, at least.
yeah.
Incredible.
All right, we have to coach this janitor to keep on with this, semblance of being a professor.
There you
right?
go. There you go.
Yeah.
TAs are the key. You get them to teach all your classes, and then you go take sabbaticals a lot.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Figured
Make
it
sure
out.
you give them a lot of assignments that they have to do on their own.
That's,
Just speak and take turns. I don't
Yeah.
know about that. That looks fascinating.
there you go.
Hmm.
Okay. We're wrapping up. Well, we finished this early for the night, which I was kind of predicting. We finished the session, the little mini adventure, one session early. But what'd you guys think?
It's pretty fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
awesome.
enjoy. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I enjoy Tiny Dungeons. I think it's going to be more of a kind of a one-shot thing.
It's nice and quick and dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
character,
good
simple dice.
for multiple sessions and kind of a little bit longer story. There's better systems to handle that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should have killed more people.
Yeah.
He tried.
Hey, I tried to kill
well,
myself. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiny Dungeons can be kind of a little resilient kind of system. So it's so simple. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Never had such an
yeah,
effective
if
crap in any other system.
What's that?
I've never had nearly as an effective a crap in any other system.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Come on, Rollmaster had tables for taking a crap.
Hey,
I think your crap turned the tide there.
That's great.
Because it had to
Really
spend time
helped.
trying to get it out.
So
it was good.
ridiculous.
I had a good idea for
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
Yeah, definitely a good system if you've got like just a storyline that you want to tell. With no real system for developing over time, it's definitely built towards that.
I agree with you completely. Yeah.
Shorter and more focused.
Yeah.
I think you could probably grab any of the early like for 1E or 2E D&D modules and
those-
run it with this without much thought. I mean, I think
Yeah.
it'd be very simple.
There you go.
That's not a bad idea.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I guess we can sign off where everyone gets an extra hour tonight, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go back to our families.
Yeah, that's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I
Gotta
thought
hang
we
out-
were friends. No.
Yeah.
Losers.
Yeah.
gotta hang
are
out in the
you
garage,
doing?
Chuck.
Look up Bourne Starborn.
There you go.
I'm coming to visit the garage.
Yeah, maybe. I'll have to see what Ashley's up to. But anyway, so tomorrow night we'll be back with Mutant Crawl Classics. I'm running the Metamorphosis Alpha Adventure. What are the... God, I can never remember the name of this damn adventure. What are the prisoners of Rec Lock 119? So that's going tomorrow night. Friday night, we got Joe's 5th edition game. Saturday night, I am playing in something. Well, I'm running something, but it's not on stream, so you all sadly don't get to watch that. Bert and I will be back this Sunday on Notorious DMG as Bert finishes up a little Shadowrun adventure that we're running using Fate. And I'm looking forward to that. Monday, Dan and I will be back for more Heart over on the Lollygaggers.
Yeah, we're getting close to the end of that.
Yeah.
It's been very fun.
Keep in mind, folks, this man actually has a job.
I have
And yet,
I have a job. I have a wife, 2 kids. I just play a lot of games.
They miss
Look
him.
at this guy boasting.
Boasting.
Yeah.
But yeah. Tuesday we don't have
just-
anything. Tuesdays are my nights off for gaming, so
You lazy fuck.
yeah. It's only because no one else has asked me to play anything on Tuesdays, I think.
Everybody needs a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's reasonable.
Yeah. Anyone?
Thanks.
Yeah. Anything anyone wants to plug before we fuck on off?
No.
Okay.
podcast of Steam, Steel, and Murder. If you're looking for other fun games, we currently are running BX Dungeons and Dragons, Savage World, Wise Guys, Dresden Files, and Alaska 1980s. What the heck else is in there? Oh, Indiana Jones, the TSR
Wow.
version.
There you go.
Nice.
Lots of fun games going on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Very cool
That's
stuff.
the stuff too.
Yeah. That is one thing
Awesome.
about, one of the many things about being trapped in home is I would do all my podcast listening while driving back and forth because I had an hour drive to work. So I'm behind on listening to all of them tasty podcasts. So, yeah. All right. I don't have anything else. So until we see you next time, start fires, do drugs, and wash your fucking hands.
Fucking hands.
Take
Deuces.
a good, healthy dump.
That's the moral of tonight's story.
Save the
Regular,
world.
lots of fiber and drinking.
There you go.
It's for
And also, 5 inches is perfectly respectable.
3 by 3 inches.
Forget that.
All right. With that, we're out of here. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, everybody.